Governor Phil Scott is asking Vermont lawmakers to put a major criminal justice reform initiative on pause until the state can catch up.
Vermont was the first state to handle people above age 18 in family court and out of the public view. Since 2020, all but the most serious cases, like murder, committed by people up to the age 18 are handled in family court. The plan was then in 2022 to add people up to 19 years old with the aim to cut it off at age 20 by 2024. But those have been pushed back several times.
Channel 3 political reporter Calvin Cutler is live in our Montpelier bureau. Calvin, why is Vermont treating more young adults as teens?
Yeah, good evening, Darren and Kat. It's based off of emerging science, which shows that brain development in adolescence isn't fully complete until you're in your mid-20s. And putting people in jail for crimes when they're young can actually do more harm than good. But with Vermont facing gun and drug challenges and problems, the state is once again asking lawmakers to put these reforms on pause. A landmark youth criminal justice law pushed back again.
Public safety is a big concern of mine and many others across Vermont.
In a letter to state lawmakers this week, the Department for Children and Families is asking the reforms be put on pause until the state's system of care can catch up. They say more and more young people are charged with gun violence and drug trafficking.
I think we have to rethink some of what we've done over the last 2 or 3 years and maybe bring back the pendulum towards the center.
Raise the Age has exceptions for the so-called Big 12 crimes. It's different from the youthful offender status, which is a path for charging young people up to age 22 in family court, with the possibility of bringing it to adult court. DCF says there's nowhere to house 18 and 19-year-olds charged with the most serious crimes since the closure of Woodside in 2020. A temporary facility is opening next month, but DCF wants to see a permanent building with more services open before proceeding with Raise the Age.
Doesn't provide the youth necessarily with the best level of care depending upon the charge types, depending upon the situation, and also then we aren't able to ensure the safety and security that we would like.
DCF also says additional investments in state IT and restorative justice need to be made before they can continue with reforms.
And I think the more we can invest on the preventative side of this, the greater the cost savings to people at large is going to be.
Senate Judiciary Chair Dick Sears says he agrees a temporary pause is necessary. He adds he's planning to introduce a bill letting prosecutors charge people 14 and older as adults when it comes to drug and human trafficking, aggravated stalking, and carrying a firearm while committing a felony.
To try to differentiate between those violent types of crimes, drug trafficking, the other things that we're seeing in our communities that versus some of the other activity that juveniles are doing.
Sears says that the majority of 18-year-olds handled in family court for lower crimes have been able to seek treatment and help. However, lawmakers and the Scott administration say that they are on the same page, that treating young people is still the best way to avoid reoffending and taking up more time and resources in the criminal justice system. Reporting live in our Montpelier bureau, Calvin Cutler, Channel 3 News.